What if I was to tell you that the land you're overlooking today may double in price over the next 5 years and someone else might beat you to it? That's exactly what's happening in Bell County right now. Amazon has already broke down on their new distribution center on I-35 and I-14. Meta, Facebook's parent company, has already scooped up 400 acres in Temple, Texas, and investors are hunting for large tracts of land around those areas. This is a bit of a land rush, and if you don't understand what the data is showing right now, you might be missing out on a big opportunity whether to buy or sell, and the window might be closing. Hey, I'm Trent Babb, your Central Texas real estate agent with boots on the ground here in Bell County. Every week I talk and help people buy, sell, and invest in Bell County, from single family lots for new construction homes, 5 to 40 acre homestead tracts, or larger 100 acre investment plays. And recently I've been getting a lot of questions from land sellers. Is it the right time to sell? So in this video, I'm going to break down exactly what's happening behind the scenes, not just what Zillow or Realtor.com is showing you, so you can make a confident decision based on real trends and not headlines. So let's dive in. So one of the most important items for landowners is the infrastructure, because that's where the money flows first, right? And the convergence of I-35 and I-14 corridor positions Bell County as a freight and commuter hub, unlike anything else in Central Texas. Then you have Amazon, who just broke ground about 2 months ago and are moving fast, are positioned just southeast of I-14 and I-35 along the Loop 121 in Capitals Way, if you want to get exact. These types of facilities historically cause land and surrounding areas to jump in value by 35% in just a few years. The trucks, the dozers, infrastructure is already being rolled in, and so are the investor interests. And then you add Meta's $800 million data center in Temple, which they are about to complete in just under 3 years, which required almost 400 acres of land, and now the secret's out about that. This isn't about future potential anymore. This is active momentum. And if you are a landowner in those areas, you need to know what's happening. So Bell County is one of the only places in Central Texas where 2 interstate highways converge. I-35 handles the north and south from Dallas, Austin, down to San Antonio, and Interstate 14 will serve as the east and west corridor connecting Fort Hood, Killeen, Belton, Temple, and beyond to the east coast. And what the I-14 is being known as is the Forts to Ports corridor, where it connects multiple military bases along the southern states. And this is why it matters, because historically, land near new or converging highways sees significant value spikes. When the 130 toll road around East Austin completed, land prices near on-ramps jumped 20 to 40% in just 24 months. So investors are looking for land within 1 to 3 miles of the interchanges. Future frontage roads or feeder roads are prime for future long-term investment and appreciation. Now, Amazon recently opened a high-capacity logistics facility at the exact point of I-14 and I-34 corridor, just southeast of Belton, Texas, north of Salado and south of Temple. This is one of the most strategically placed fulfillment centers in Central Texas. These types of distribution hubs usually generate hundreds of jobs and increase demand for workforce housing, truck access points, nearby warehouse spaces, and support services like gas stations, fast food, and your weekly and month-to-month lodging. So what Amazon's distribution center is going to impact is landowners within the 3 to 5 miles of this distribution center. And the most typical investors or developers are going to be those looking to put in maybe a truck stop, which I don't think so in that area because there's already a couple there, parking yards, smaller logistics centers, and mixed use commercial, meaning maybe apartments, duplexes, RV parks, things of that nature. So landowners that thought that they were just outside of Belton or Salado is now being considered as commercial use. Amazon has already updated the roads on Capitals Way connecting I-35 and Loop 121, and they did that in 2 nights. Now, Meta, Facebook's parent company, purchased 393 acres in Temple along the industrial loop for a multi-phase data center. This is the largest private tech investment in Temple history. Going on a 3-year development, this is certainly a long-term plan, not only for Temple, Texas, but for Central Texas and specifically Bell County. So these aren't just quick builds, right? Both Amazon distribution and the Meta Center represent 20-year commitments with massive infrastructure buildouts, fiber, water, electrical upgrades. Just their presence being in Bell County attracts supporting tech firms and housing developers. So in New Albany, Ohio, Intel's chip plant sent land values skyrocketing over 200% in as little as 3 years. Temple, Belton, Salado is now in that same trajectory. But here's what's a little bit different in times like these. Over the last 12 months, I've seen the Bell County market have a notable uptick and inquiries and contracts on 75 plus acre parcels, particularly near the I-14 corridor, and that could be just west of Belton, just south of Salado along I-14 between Salado and Georgetown, and north of Temple as close as you can get to I-35. Now, historically, in the last 3 years, most buyers in Bell County for that type of tract for 75 plus acres were your small-time custom home builders or your master plan developers. Now I'm hearing and seeing out-of-state investors or investors from Dallas, Fort Worth, and Houston, Texas, some industrial investors as well, and especially around East Temple, renewable energy groups. Bell County's land values have appreciated from 5 to 6% year over year. Even in the down times, developers, investors are moving from Dallas, Fort Worth, or Austin, Texas, really being kicked out of the area because of the boom and bust that those big cities can bring. When interest rates go up and what happened to happen, workers were summoned back to the office. And why this matters is because this measured climb that land values are increasing due to real demand, like jobs, infrastructure, relocation from Austin, Round Rock, Hutto. This isn't just hype or speculation. The recent homes that I have under contract or sold have mostly been buyers from Round Rock, Pflugerville, Hutto, or Georgetown. So if you've had land for a very long time, this is a solid time to sell. But at this time, it's not a desperation market for either side. So it gives leverage to both sides. But the key term here is if you are ready to sell that land. Don't let some sly real estate broker tell you that it's time to sell, the market's high, and convince you to sell if you're not ready to let go of that property. While demand is up, land is moving, it is slowing down. In quarter 2 of 2025, sales volumes dip slightly, which start to give the land buyers some room to negotiate, whether that's the price or just the terms within the agreement. So unlike 2021 and 2022, when land was just flying off the market with multiple buyers and deals being done over asking price, the buyers, like I said, can negotiate the price, the terms, the feasibility time, when in 2021 and 2022, the sellers held all the leverage. So at some point, inventory will dry up and the investor competition will increase. And with Meta and Amazon moving in, that's a high possibility. And then negotiating power will shift back to sellers. But to say that time is now or when, or to actually project when that time is, quite frankly, is just lying to you and not being honest. Nobody knows this. I can only read the data and give my opinion on it. So as you know, in the last couple of years, there has been a drought. The lakes have been drying up. But since the Texas floods here recently, my heart goes out to all the families, but Belton, Temple, and Salado are seeing a record pace of subdivision permits, especially at 1 to 5 acre subdivisions and single family resident communities. People are moving from Hutto, Round Rock, and Georgetown and trying to get a little elbow room, trying to find that 2.5 acre to 5 acre sweet spot. And while the Belton and Stillhouse Lake were both under 45%, they are now up into the 70% range of being full. But the problem with this area is that infrastructure like roads, the water lines, and the electrical has not quite kept the pace. Because remember, those towns were small towns and now are growing fast because of migration. So developable land with utilities is now a premium, especially in Belton and Salado, where most of that land is rock and is hard to build on and quickly improve or update. So lots with Bell County water supply or Encore electricity access now sell 30 to 50% higher per acre than raw royal land without utility access. Now let's get back to east of Temple, where solar and industrial expansion is happening. Multiple renewable energy companies have quietly acquired land and the Eastern Bell County Solar Farm development, while industrial users are exploring Temple and Belton's ETJ for new warehouse hubs. Now, these types of buyers are offering high closing costs, and they often don't require zoning changes and sometimes are willing to pay above market prices for the right location. Now, if you are selling the property for the correct use, this makes previously undesirable land more valuable due to the use changes. So the market is in kind of a rare window right now. Inventory is sky high in my opinion, but the demand is still there. Maybe not like 2021 and 22, but property is still moving. Prices for land have settled back down, but we're hitting an even spot. But they haven't quite caught up to the full value or impact of Interstate 14 or the Amazon effect along that corridor. And if you're further out, it will likely take another 5 years for you to actually feel the full value and impact of that infrastructure. So for both sides, buyers can still act now and benefit for future upside, while sellers can capitalize before inventory shrinks further, cut for a whole new wave of buyers. So if you're ready to sell your land and you're okay with the price that would be presented to you, the smart investors are moving now. They're looking for land now within the areas that I spoke of, and they're not waiting for the headlines to catch up. So if you're even thinking about buying or selling in Bell County, specifically around the Amazon Interstate 14 and I-35 corridor, whether it's 5 acres or 100 acres, now is the time to know the exact price that your land would sell for. Not telling you to sell right now, but it is definitely within your benefit to understand the comps in the area, what land is going for, and maybe even some expired listings that have sat on the market way too long because they were just outpricing the buyers. This will be a no BS opinion. I'm going to give you exactly what I believe your land would sell for. And hey, if it's not with the price that you want, that's okay, it's your land. I'll just give you an honest opinion whether you should sell it or hold it, and if you're in the area that will appreciate faster than others. I help buyers across Central Texas make smart decisions with land, and I'd love to help you too. I'm Trent Babb, your Central Texas real estate buzzard. You can text me directly. My information is going to be right there and in the description below. You can also use one of the links in the description below to schedule a consultation with me, or check out some of the recent videos that I've posted about the Bell County land market. And this is absolutely no pressure to you, just trying to educate you on the Bell County land market. Or you can hang around in the next video to where I broke down what was really happening in the Bell County real estate market in July 2025. Letting you know what home prices are doing, land inventory, and where things are heating up, the best areas and the most appreciating areas, and what's coming for the next buyers and sellers. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next video.
To whoever may need this nugget of encouragement, things will be alright, so quit your worrying. I get